Hello and welcome back to another edition of the Crazy Courier itself, with a very interesting video. A video that I actually recorded last week, and unfortunately I completely buggered up. So what I thought I recorded from the whole start to finish of the job, I completely missed out the first section, and yeah, I don't know whether I didn't press record or whether, I don't know. Anyway, it was just one of my silly little moments that I fortunately didn't document, so apologies there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you a quick brief summary of the start of that video. So the start of that video was me collecting from me leaving home, going down to collection. So the collection was a booking from my direct customers, who I've had for around about 2 years now. They're really good customer. They're the biggest customer that I've got in terms of when they are busy, they are busy. And I hate to have favourites, I really do, but these are, I would say, my ultimate favourite customers. They're just a pleasure to deal with on a regular basis. Go Luke. Yeah, on a regular basis they are just fantastic. I never get any issues from them. Sometimes, you know, I want them to put a contact number in and they don't, you know, or sometimes they get the postcode wrong and I have to sort of put my Sherlock Holmes hat on my head and sort the problem out before, you know, especially if I'm having to sub a job out before the driver gets to collection or delivery. So, but look, we're only humans, but they are my bestest customer. They are, what they do, they are the biggest potentially in Europe. They claim to be the biggest in the world, but I sort of think they're probably the biggest in Europe. They're by far the biggest in the UK. But like I say, they are a pleasure to always deal with. They just got a really nice vibe about them. The daughter of the bloke who owns the business is a really nice lass, and she'll do a fantastic job when she takes over from Daddy. But everyone that works within the business is really great to deal with. So it was an early morning start. I had to travel down to Guildford, I think it was. Yes, down near that way. Get collected and then obviously head back up north. So I had to, you know, I said to them, you know, I can get the, you know, here's one price if I do it from home, here's the price if I can get a driver to collect who's local to the area. But because of the nature of the job, they wanted me to do it, so they obviously had to pay a little bit more, which is fine with me. Kept me out of trouble and kept me busy. So I'm going to then leave this clip here, and obviously in about 2 seconds time you're going to be joined at you're going to see the clip, the next clip, where I am just waiting to get at collection. Okay, so in 1, 2, 3. Well, I've made it to collection, but I can't get in. No, I've got 2 big wooden gates in front of me. I've got a keypad, and yeah, I can't get in. I've got not privy to the code to obviously open me electric gates. So I've just spoke to my customer. They themselves haven't got that information, but they're going to go off and get further information, or let them know at collection that I'm sitting outside with the engine running. Hopefully that might prompt someone to go, oh, there's someone outside. I've tried to have a look over the gate, but I'm not big enough. Oh, there's action, I think. Is there action? I've just seen someone walk. Here we go. Right, I'm in. Hello. Right, I'm loaded and on my way. So, obviously you saw just at that, in that last clip, I was waiting to gain entry into the place. The big wooden gates was firmly shut. There was no way of contacting the collection point. Couldn't shout over, and luckily there was a young girl that must have heard the engine running and gone, oh, let's go and have a look who that is. So when she opened the gates, just explained what I was there for to collect, and she knew exactly, and then she sent me round to a building for me to then collect the goods for my customers. And yeah, so I got out, walked into a building, and they were all ready for me to collect. Normally you can go to these places and you go, oh, we just ain't quite finished yet, you know, could you hang on 10-15 minutes? And I was 5-10, I think I was 5 minutes early actually. I would have been about 11 minutes early from the time of the booking. But because there was a road closure, I had to then another one, bloody road closure to tell you, a bit right up my nose I did. They obviously, let's just turn this round, that's it. They obviously didn't want, they obviously, you know, were virtually done, you see, so we just put the last bit of tape on the box, and he says, yeah, there you go, you can go. So I haven't shown the box because of sensitive information that's on the box. I don't want to reveal my customers' details on there at all. I want to try and keep that secure and safe. But the boxes, I mean, it's about 2 shoe boxes wide. It's got ice packs in it to keep the goods inside, but it's very sensitive. It has a very short lifespan. So I literally got about 5 hours, even though it's 9 o'clock now. Yeah, it's about 9 o'clock, it's just right coming up to 9. So yeah, I've got about 5 hours, but I've got about 4 hours worth of travelling, so I literally can't muck about. So when the customers booked this in with me on Monday, they said to me, can you do it, Luke? And I says, well, I'll try and get something down that way to collect, but to be honest with you, I don't think the chances is very high, purely because of what I've got on today. Tomorrow I'm going to be having the after effects of that. It's likely that, you know, I'm going to have to dead mile it down there. So he was like, oh, that's fine, you know, just add a little bit more on, you know, after you trot. So that's what I did. I weren't greedy. I'm not greedy. I'm not, especially with these customers. I am not greedy at all. If anything, they get a bloody good deal. I'm just putting off just cover the fuel and a bit of my time. That's it. They always request when there's a booking like this that I do it. Now, I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but they know. I'm not going to put my business reputation at stake. I think when you have other drivers, it can be a bit of a lottery. But to them anyway, to me it's a little bit different. But they would rather I do it. So, and we normally have about 6 of these, about half dozen to 10 bookings of these type of jobs, these type of goods I'm collecting, transporting. So I really should tell you what I've got in the back, strapped securely down. So brace yourselves. It's a pair of testicles. Yes, that's right. A pair of testicles. Before you all start thinking there's some poor geezer out there that his missus has just chopped his bollocks off. It's not come off a human being. It's come off an animal. I think sometimes my missus would love to chop my bollocks off for being naughty. But yeah, it's come off an animal. So I'm not going to reveal too much about what happens with these testicles, because you'll probably all be thinking, well, what? Yeah, is the animal still alive? Yes, the animal's still alive. I did ask. And they said, yeah, it's still alive. He's just got to an age now where he can't do no more. So, it's fair enough. So this, like I said, I'm not going to reveal too much what my customers are going to do with it, because to certain people it is a contentious subject. To others it's okay, it's accepted. To me, I think it's a brilliant bit of science that you can, that there is out there nowadays. But all I'm going to say is these testicles will go away for freezing, and they will have some analysis testing done on them. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say on the subject regarding the next process of these set of bollocks. It's quite interesting. If you're really interested in science, which I am to a degree, it's really interesting stuff. Just like a lot of, I always say a lot of my customers' work is really interesting. It's all about biology, really, within the reproduction rules. So, but yeah, especially if that animal's been put to sleep. I mean, this animal hasn't, but if it had, there's a bit of what's the word? Can you sort of look at it? It's a bit of a bit of a legacy of that animal that they can take away from the enjoyment, happy memories that they've had from it. So yeah, I think it's quite nice. Within animals, yeah, I think it's quite a good thing. I think if it was, a different species, it's probably a little bit of a different. I probably would be against it. So that's why I got on board. I think it's a fantastic. It's been a fantastic drive down to here. I've not really hit any traffic whatsoever, but I did leave at 5:30, so I'm expecting to be at my customers for 1 o'clock. Back up country. So yeah, it's hopefully the traffic going around that M25 or hitting that one section of the M25 isn't too nasty. I think looking at the sat nav, it's not very pretty, but just keep going, keep motoring, and then when I get there it should be about 1 o'clock, so I might just go across the road to the cafe and have a full English, treat myself. I do like full English from there. I think we all love a good full English, don't we? So yeah, I think I might go one of them and then see what happens, because really the CX feed is quiet after like sort of between sort of 12:30 and 1:30, isn't it? So I'll pitch myself up after, and hopefully I can get another little job, take me back towards home. To be fair, I'm not a million miles away from home. I'm only just over an hour away from home from my customers. So, but yeah, like I say, I like these bookings. You know, I get about half a dozen or so a year. The last one I did, it come off the testicles come off an animal that was worth £1 million. Yes, £1 million this animal was worth. And I was like, and one of the girls from the office come out and took the delivery, and she went, "You know how much what these testicles have come off, how much it's worth, that animal?" I was like, "No." And she was like, £1 million. And then I'm sitting there thinking, holy moly, if I had a crash on the A14 or the M6 and this box of testicles flew out the back of my van for whatever unfortunate reason, you know, when your little mind goes round and round in circles and you start thinking the most wild, crazy thoughts, and the testicles went spinning over the carriageway, and some big, you know, I don't think some big Wincanton lorry come steaming up behind you and squashed it. And how do I pay on my old goods in transit insurance? Because I'm only covered up to 75k. Don't think it's going to cover if that animal was worth £1 million. Well, how much are these testicles worth? There'd be more than 75k, wouldn't there? So yes, I was a bit sort of, oh right. Well, thank my lucky stars I didn't have any unfortunate situation come up against me. So yeah, I didn't ask what this animal was worth. I weren't going down that route. And I definitely won't be asking once I get to my customers, "Oh, could you tell me how much that animal was worth?" Or would you know? So, but yeah, it was one of them situations where I didn't want to get. And that animal that was worth £1 million was a champion. So something like a 5-time champion or something. So I don't know. In its class, something to do with a certain class it was in. But yeah, it did put the fear of God into me. Oh God, I'll break the bloody law, Lord. But I'm sure if the unfortunate ever happened, I could yeah. Well, let's not think about that. So anyway, I shall report back to you later with how the journey's gone, and yeah, I hope you're all having a great day. So that's it. That's delivery completed. I've just about 5 minutes ago delivered. I've just pulled up at the cafe to go and get something to eat, to have me lunch. So you obviously won't want me. You obviously won't want to see me eating at the same time. So so I'm going to leave it there, but please join me on the next video where I'll try and do something different, something a little bit out of the box. But yeah, hopefully you all take care of yourselves, and catch me next time. Bye bye.